Hi,
Hey
DC.
DC.
How's it going?
Eh, we're
Okay,
doing all right.
yeah?
Yeah, we stacked up a few more renames than I expected today. I was
Nice,
thinking it would still be pretty short on the list, but we added a few.
nice. Okay, so yeah, my voice still hurts, my throat still hurts, but I'm feeling better. But I can't last 2 hours talking nonstop, so I'm gonna need you
Okay,
guys to take over
all right.
and talk about whatever you want
We will.
and answer questions if you want. All right?
Okay, I'll
Sure.
try and answer some questions.
All right.
No super secret giveaways, though, Ashiga.
When do I do those?
You don't. That's the point. Oh, Volley is back too.
We know Stray's off sick too, so we're going to be short of people.
Sorry, what?
Okay, I would have to say my fave shiny is Crobat for the sole reason Zubat was my first shiny ever caught.
I guess I need to get the stream up. Okay.
Wait, Borg, you're actually here for once.
Borg is here.
Yeah, Hellborg.
Yep. Hi, Joaka. I liked your new fan art, by the way, Joaka.
That was cool.
Yep, I liked it. Juaka does good work.
Which did you like better, the Becca or the Mia?
Becca.
Yeah, I think I prefer the Becker. It's got more sass, or and that's Mia for you, I guess. You're not going to get much from Mia.
Yeah, Mia's not really the sass person. I'll be kind of amused when we finally get to do Mia's rework to see how she turns out.
Well, maybe there's more scenes to come for Mia at the route.
Maybe. I don't know what's planned for the future.
Well, she'll definitely get a rework because she gets to get new art at some point.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who need rework.
It
Yeah,
almost feels at the moment like there's more Mia dialogue in the Miss Ross route than there is in the Mia route.
There was a
there's a lot of
lot
nice
of
Mia
dialogue
there.
in
Yeah.
her route.
Yep.
Oh, John brings up a good point. I've yet to see any Kevin fan art, really.
That would be cool.
Right, just so little time.
Joaka, are you cool with doing Kevin fan art? Give us a lovely sauna scene. You know, Kevin in his towel with the towel gapping or something.
I mean, Hellborg could afford that Joaka.
Well, we made John happy at least.
I'm sure we could do a nice crowded sauna scene with Tony and Kevin and
That could be fun. Tony in the sauna.
Sploosh, get in here.
As soon as you write it, Splish. As soon as you write that, we're gonna make DC draw it.
crash time?
No,
So we can
it's
do
not
something.
crashed.
You go. Keep my pizza out of your fucking mouth. LOL.
Nah, it's my pizza, bitch. Bring it. Wait. If this is about Will Smith, shouldn't it be our pizza?
So you're getting close to finishing up Diane. Boy.
I'm getting quite close. I've got up to the hospital. So there's just the reading session.
Okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, we all know that's not the reason why Will smacked them. His wife acted like a pity bitch in the background. I was like, well, you gotta do something. Because Will was laughing at that joke.
Could be. Could be he didn't realize what the joke was and then realized what it was and was like, wait, what?
Seems quite an overreaction, but who knows? I guess, people got their own stuff going on that you don't necessarily know about.
Well, you know the Academy.
Everybody says, all the interviewers say he's almost over controlled most of the time. He's so on point that he never puts a foot wrong in interviews. So it's a bit odd.
I rarely get angry myself, but when I do, I'm not unlikely to lash out because it usually means I've been pushed like right to the limits.
Yeah, wasn't there also like a statement put out that Chris didn't even come up with the joke, he was just told to read it off?
Welcome to the Oscars.
I'm not too sure about that, Moronic. From my understanding, I thought they had an open marriage.
Yeah, they do have an open marriage. It's just people are still gonna call him a cuck for it.
Why?
Because all you hear about is the wife sleeping with other men, but never Will sleeping with other women.
So?
So people are going like, well, she clearly gets more game than you bitch.
That's not something you have to stay even on.
I know it's not, but people are gonna make fun of him for it either way, because he's a celebrity.
Okay. As long as everything's above board, everybody knows what's going on, nobody has any objections, get it on with whoever you like.
Yeah, I think some of the problems, like, for the people I've talked to, it's like, it's fine to have an open marriage, but don't go on TV and go like, oh yeah, I fucked this guy, and this guy, and then this guy.
See, I'm a generous guy, Oshigo. You can sleep around all you want. I'm not gonna, try and keep you to one man.
No, it's not the sleeping around part. It's that she has a show or something, and she's like bragging about it on it. It's like, that's gonna hurt Will's public image.
Why is DC saying it's more like he drowned in pee-pee?
No, DC is. Yeah, and I
Obviously
don't
missing
know about
something.
this claim about Will Smith being part of Scientology.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I mean, there are certainly Scientologists in Hollywood, but
Yeah, but what is it, Tom Cruise?
yeah, he's one of the more famous ones. I mean, do you know anything about Scientology?
It's a cult.
Okay, you could call it
Chef
that.
was in there, wasn't he, for a while?
And any religion someone created on a bet?
I thought it was a religion created when a guy got high as fuck and made shit up.
Oh no.
He made a lot of money out of it as well.
L. Ron
Yeah.
Hubbard and
Brunch. DC is silent because his throat still hurts.
yeah, it was Hubbard and Heinlein, but there's not really much evidence.
His Highland was in there as well, was he? It was just Hubbard.
No, that supposedly they had a bet about creating a religion. It's and there's no solid evidence for it though. So if they did make a bet about that, they didn't publicize it later on.
I mean, of course they wouldn't publicize it and make their religion even less real.
Once people believe something, they're not going to change their minds, even if there's apparently overwhelming evidence we found out in various ways.
Oh,
If
wait,
you're a firm enough
DC.
believer in something, you won't accept any evidence.
Yeah. DC, I thought you got Ebola AIDS, not a gangbang.
It wasn't the dead raccoon then. That was my choice.
Yeah, didn't he put in an announcement he got Ebola AIDS from something?
Seems like.
Do you think the metal panel is on the top of the red? Maybe it's the instruction.
Probably has some instructions or something on it.
Oh,
Maybe
here
the
we go.
coin drop.
Spoke too soon. It's all going to happen.
Why not 9430? It's just a random number that's easy to make. Wait, when a non punches it, can the number just pop up as 0?
-10.
999 because it's a 3-digit digital display.
Unless there might be room for an extra 1 on the front.
Yeah.
They're right. Yep. In which case, maybe it's 1999.
Yeah, who's talking?
There's me, Ochigo.
Bloke and a well-built young lady.
The one that just spoke is Vole.
Yeah, Galaxy. I've been to Dave and Buster's. A friend had a birthday party there. What? I don't know. Maybe a decade ago.
That one was mind right.
Fortunately, Stray is also in with the throats. He went off to die a bit earlier on, he said. So die
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yep. Trey spent too much time online with DC and caught his virus over the computer.
Yep. Well, Stray's such a computer virus. Captain Sploosh is refusing to come and play.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He's probably chasing his greyhound.
Yeah.
Solutions. Dave and Buster's is a combination restaurant, bar, and arcade. So it has some similarity to the arcade side here. I didn't find it all that great either, so I can't disagree with you too much, York.
They have old arcade machines then, or?
Yeah, some old style stuff. A lot of the skill games like this.
I was trying to find some images of an old arcade that I used to go to online recently, but there's really nobody was taking pictures at the time, I don't think. So there's some sort of retro-y ones that are still going, but not really much from arcades were more common.
Yeah, I think I only played these type of arcade machines once when I went on vacation, and the place I was staying at had a whole entire room set up.
I think there still is one where I used to go on holiday. They've moved from one building to another, these people. But there's no way of knowing whether they've still got the same machines. Other than get in the car and go down and have a look, which I. I'm assuming it's all much more gambling oriented now than it used to be. Probably more
Maybe.
slots and those machines.
In arcades that have tickets, so you win tickets from the machines, and then you can turn them in on prizes. Which ticket machine do you like to play the best? That's a question for Oshigo and Volley. So
I'm trying to think. It's been so long since I've been to any arcade.
Yeah, it's not really a question I can answer because we never really had ticket arcades where I am.
Last ticket arcade wait.
It was either money in and money out, or just money in for the experience of playing a Star Wars game or a submarine or whatever, which at the time was, quite different. So people didn't have games at home, so it was worth going out and spending your
I think
coins.
my favorite was always the Addams Family Uncle Fester electrocution game.
Never
Oh
heard of
yeah,
it.
all you had to do was select the highest difficulty and then hold on to the two metal rods while it electrocuted you.
Oh dear, DC is asking about accents.
Oh dear.
You can't ask about accents in Britain, It causes all sorts of trouble.
Oh,
You can ask about accents.
Volay has a
Only
UK
if you
accent. They're all the same, I swear. Mindright has a Midwest accent, and
Do 'em.
I have a West Coast accent.
I'm sorry, I don't think I have a Midwest accent. Are you sure about that?
Now Mindright sounds like your average UK person.
I do. Really?
Yeah, just look at Volay. You sound exactly the same.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. You're
It's,
not posh enough.
it's better than a Dick Van Dyke. Elborg wants to know how fucking old I am, but I think that strays into personal information territory, so.
Just say you're above 18 and you're all good.
Younger than me.
You have to be
Maybe.
above 18.
No, I'm just saying, you're both younger than me.
I know I
Well,
am. I don't know about
you never
Volay.
know. You never know. Not as young as I was, put it that way.
When did
Yeah,
you
I think
last play the
decent.
arcade game Pong?
Well, that would have been quite a long time ago because it was never that good an arcade game. When it came out with Space Invaders and Defender and all the other.
That's not
I
a
played
shot
10
for
Yard Fight
DC.
quite a bit. There was
Put
a
it
10
this
yard
way,
fight.
I played it when it was the only electronic game in the arcade.
Yeah, I do remember arcades before electronic. I think what was it Seawolf? What was the torpedo game?
What the
There
fuck
was
is
a there was a
Seawolf?
it was basically just launching torpedoes at things that were going
Yeah.
left to right or right to left on screen. You had to get the delay. It's the fishing game basically. The
You guys are
MC.
old.
Yes.
It was very
then
Yeah.
the only thing my dog destroyed when he was little as a puppy was he kept destroying my, like, I had a DS, because this was back in like 2013, like one of those handheld Nintendo DSs, and he kept destroying the charge cable for it. I don't know why that specifically he loved to chew on, but
Yeah, I remember finally getting a DS in middle school.
that's true too, Moronic. Yeah, you have to like exercise them and wear them out, and then they're much more well behaved, like much more chill.
for Earl on the deck then. Like Clive and the tractor. Earl in the
Yeah,
smoke.
Clyde in the tractor.
Now, at least Clyde knows better than to start the tractor first.
His tractor
I thought
probably
he wanted
doesn't
it
even
warmed up.
work. Oh yeah, another ER one is some guy got a vibrator stuck up his ass, like a dildo vibrator. Went all the way in, couldn't get it out, and it was still running as he was at the ER.
Need a kill switch on this thing.
No, it was one of the ones where you just have a switch on it where you flip it on or off.
And just stuck up there till the battery runs out.
Oh yeah, they thought the battery ran out at one point, and then it just turned on again.
Imagine being the nurse at the reception when that guy comes in. And you
No,
gotta
and
deal
here's
with
the
him.
thing. After they finally got it removed, they're like, the guy doesn't want to pay with his insurance. He brought in a large stack of hundreds to pay for the hospital bill right then and there.
I don't want any documentation of this. Thank you.
Do you have tractor pulls out where you are, Mind Right? We have the odd tractor pull now and again.
Yeah.
Summer. No funny business going on there. It is just how far you can get the weight for it the tractor out.
Yeah, there's a place they do tractor pulls about 2 miles from my house.
Cool. Yeah, about the same. It's only for one weekend in the summer, but
Yeah, it's a rare thing. It used to be a pig farm, so I really wouldn't want to be involved in anything that kicked up mud there, but whatever.
hi, Spicy. Spicy's heading out.
And then the conversation got too spicy to his liking.
Have a good one, Spicy.
I feel like Spicy's always popping in and popping out again. Must have lots of stuff going on.
Articles / rectal foreign bodies.
Wasn't there someone who got like a Buzz Lightyear action figure stuck up there?
Don't know.
Thanks,
Buzz
Galaxy.
Lightyear's quite a.
That might be the nicest
Buzz
thing
Lightyear's
anybody's
not the
ever
most-
said to me.
What did
That is
Galaxy
Miss
say?
compliment there. Floosh, I'm glad your dad didn't pull out. He made a cool ass son.
Somebody got a Buzz Lightyear stuck in their butt, Vole? Is that what you were saying?
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, it sounds like quite a hard thing to do. I mean, he's not the most svelte action figure in the world, is he?
To infinity and beyond.
He definitely got to the beyond part.
There was like John Arky saying in Ukraine they have tractor pulls of tanks. There was a video of a Russian jammer that fallen off the back of a Russian truck. There was a Ukrainian guy pulling it away with a tractor.
Oh yeah, and then the Ukrainian government was like, any military property you've stolen from Russia, we won't count against you for like taxes or anything. It's just free.
Yeah, apparently a lot of Russian radios are getting jammed with heavy metal now.
Good.
You still got your reference for the DDR machine, DC, or are you winging it?
Oh, so we're gonna have a DDR minigame.
Yeah. Seems like. Because we know Stray loves mini games.
So I feel like the DDR one would be even worse than normal.
You know, what we were talking about the other night had me thinking, if we made a mini game that was literally like you painting somebody's toenails, would people be into that?
No.
That's a cool mini game.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, like I think it would work. It'd give something for the feet fans, right?
At least as good as the tattoos.
I mean, is it an optional mini game?
Yeah, sure. And it could fit in multiple routes. We could do it with Lou and we could do it with Mia.
I feel like Jenny's the type to get her toes painted.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
and it could
Roxy's
work for
crew.
Jenny too.
I would imagine Roxy's crew would be toenail
Yeah,
fiends.
any of those three.
Yeah, basically moronic color in the lines mini games. Or like maybe we could have a fail where if you go outside the lines and they get all mad.
Just draw.
Josephine's toes. See, it opened up a whole new discussion. Who has the best feet?
You get plenty of time to work on Josephine's toes because she'd.
Pussy Willow, because she had
So like
Yeah.
it shows you've given them some character. Otherwise,
Oh
people
wait,
wouldn't do.
Sploosh. I bet you really weren't expecting how many people are into Missy's sister.
Well,
Man.
we were talking about Missy's sister just this morning.
Oh boy.
People were asking who was going to be at the hospital when Missy has a kid. So I said, "Oh, Missy's sister."
Is it just gonna be one of the outlines of a locked character with a question mark on their face? Like you've not unlocked this character yet.
Yeah, it could be a running joke, right? Somebody was
You
suggesting.
know what would be a really funny thing to do there is when you go to the hospital to visit Missy, the baby's not there. And you can ask, where's the baby? And she could be like, oh, my sister was holding it. I don't know where she went. And like, because you never see her sister, right? Like, that's never going to
Right.
happen.
She went to
But it
get
could just be a
coffee.
running joke that you just always just missed her sister.
Yep. I'm fine with that. That sounds good.
Thought maybe she was flirting with the doctors in the hall.
Nah.
It's too late, DZ. You can't go edit it now.
I mean, I could always fall back to sex with Meg when.
Ah, luckily, you're the only person that asks for that. Crazy bastard.
Wait, who the fuck's Meg?
Doesn't matter. Not important.
I need to know this.
Meg is mentioned in the game. Find the mention, and you'll know.
So, are the spermies meant to be like torpedoes shooting out, or are they like shooting? Are they supposed to be like comets shooting
Those
stars
are
or something?
UFOs. What do you mean?
I figured they were like space amoebas.
Yeah, like I was
Usually
thinking,
those-
like
I think they're envisaged to be a sort of comet. They were going to have more sort of tail coming off them, but maybe it was too distracting.
they look like they need like evil teeth and some fangs or something. Make them look like monsters, space monsters.
Yeah, Dynatron, Roz will get the anal scene as soon as we get her a strap on.
What is DC up to?
It's a good question. Does anyone ever truly know?
I wonder what we're going to end up doing with that motorcycle minigame.
Isn't it obvious? You're gonna have to turn the wrench 40 times instead of 20.
Uh, I'm like, I don't know how you do a racing game that's satisfying on Renpy.
Probably don't.
This is where we need Stray to tell us what's possible.
No?
Which warehouse girl do you like the most? Nadia, Svetlana, Katya, or Kadne?
Oh my God, Nadia has 0 votes. Okay, there we go. It's like literally everybody else has votes, but Nadia the main.
Nobody
vote.
tells Saturn.
I'm gonna vote for this person, therefore it's not as close. Come on, people, vote for Katya. That way she can beat Nadia.
Saturn 2 races.
Maybe that's her problem. I don't know.
Hmm.
1-1. I don't think that's a big surprise.
No, it's not.
No. The rest of the votes are kind of.
Well, that's giving
That's
away.
not true, DC. Big tits don't always win. They usually
Svetlana
win,
is like
though.
the MILF of the group, too. People love MILFs.
Isn't she also the one with the, like, nicest personality out of all of them?
Don't hear much from.
They don't really have much personality, though. Like, they have one scene.
Yeah. If you want nicest out of that group, probably Katya.
Yeah.
Roz,
That's
feminine
not.
dick, big tits, small tits.
I think that list needs to be fixed.
That is forbidden fruit, that's why. Ah. Yeah, Nadia does have her little jealousy thing with Svetlana there for a second, which is pretty fun. You think Svetlana's prettier than me? I'll kill her!
And I'll kill you.
She's not gonna kill MC. She likes MC.
Well, you never know.
He's going to be the
People love
sire
you,
of her
never will.
babies.
Now, there's a question for you. Pregnancy for Roz when?
Not for a
Well, you've
long
taken
time, because
enough.
that's like a whole thing.
You've taken enough pregnax.
There you go, DC. I copy-pasted your list, but made it better. DC, I'm not against it, because I wasn't told about it.
Yeah, I don't remember that, DC.
Kevin doesn't have a uterus, so that's probably not going to be an option.
I think you're throwing me under imaginary buses now.
It's not just you, it's the whole entire team.
Well, if I'm going to be thrown under a bus, I like it being an imaginary bus.
I had a good question I was going to ask DC, and now I can't remember it. Fuck. Oh, DC, could we do a version of Eve that gives her a smaller penis? A more feminine penis?
No, make it larger, but add a bow.
Larger but add a bow?
Yeah, the bow makes it feminine.
Mr. Sunrack.
Hi, Joaka.
See you, Joaka.
Unless it's bigger and veiny. Alright, DC.
Take care, Joaka.
You know what, DC? Remember that modded picture that got shared of when MC has like, what is it? Exercise dick? And Eve's making a comment about it? Let's make that into the game. But instead of making Anon's dick smaller, make Eve's larger.
Shorter and girthier. It's more intimidating.
Dude, how is she gonna tuck that?
By the power of magic.
And extra dimensional spaces.
Instead of a bottomless bag, she's got bottomless underpants.
Would have to.
I'm sure there's an architectural consultant somewhere in Somerville that she can.
Yeah, just talk to
Yeah,
Odette's
that would
father
be
that
DC.
made the broadlet. Or brolets, or whatever the fuck they're called.
DC is the only architectural consultant in Somerville.
But she doesn't wear a skirt that often, Laconic.
She wears a dress like twice.
That's when we get the epic skirt lift from her erection in the story, which is awesome.
Yep.
We were looking at
Doesn't
that
get
the
enough
other day.
attention.
Can we get a sword fighting scene between Anon and Big Dick Eve?
Oh, hells yeah.
Famous cockfight. Whatever happens to Con? Do you know?
Hey, Jab.
Hey, Jeb. Saw your video.
Yeah, the condom at the end of Jenny's bed got removed. I don't remember why we removed it, but I remember we removed it.
Because we don't need those in the game.
Since pulling out actually works.
Unless you're Ivy.
Ivy's like extremely
Yeah,
old,
Jab.
though.
DC still has a sore throat. He couldn't manage 2 hours. So he ran away, and Ray's also got sore throat. So definitely.
But the rest of us are here.
Yes, Tom, fuckery. There's gonna be Yumi content when we get to Mia's rework.
Yeah, Yumi X Herald. It's what everyone
And
wants.
Yumi X MC.
Nah, Herald.
Is that going to still be a split, or is there a little bit of
I mean,
time for MC even if Yumi's with Harold?
I honestly
I
like this
think-
split.
I think the rest of the stories we're going to create are going to have a split. Oh, Roxy and Eve will both remain unsplit, as far as I know, unless Stray and DC like get all worked up about making a Grace split.
Eve sort of has a split.
Yeah, Eve does have a split.
Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah.
The story is largely the same either way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind a Grace split and Eve's route.
It'd have to
I
be quite
know
early, wouldn't it?
Rhonda has a split planned, and I assume Annie and Judith are both going to have splits.
Okay, Galaxy. Eve needs a split for the sole reason you can pick the best girl, Grace.
And then Yumi or Mia's split will remain, yes, but you'll get Mia in both paths. So it will be you either get Mia and Helen, or you'll get Mia and Yumi. So Yumi and Helen will be the split.
Yep. Which means I guess I get
That's
Mia and Helen because Harold is just so much fucking cooler when he gets Yumi.
I mean, that might change
I hope
depending
not.
on the
I
rework.
kind of like cool Harold.
No, like he becomes Cool Harold either way.
with his mojo back.
If we do Yumi stuff, I don't see a scenario where we don't use the handcuffs at some point, Pagona. Like, whether it'll be her
Congratulations,
handcuffing
Jack Royal.
MC or MC handcuffing her.
I mean, with how small Yumi is, she might like having control during her scenes.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, I kind of see Yumi as being the submissive one, just because we're gonna have Smith, who's obviously not submissive, and we're gonna have Angelica, who's
No,
not
we're gonna
submissive,
force Smith to be submissive.
and Jenny is pretty dominant too. If you let her, like, you can flip the tables on her, but just by default, Jenny's pretty dominant. Jab. There was two reasons for that. One was because we already have so many go by this quests that we were trying to cut some of those. And two, we wanted the handcuffs to be more of a surprise when Jenny just kind of whips them out and handcuffs you to the bed instead of like MC buying them thinking that there's no way it's going to be used on him, right? That's kind of silly.
Also, Jenny seems like the type to already own handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Probably making enough money out of her stream by that point she can afford to buy Anchor.
No, I feel like she's had them for years.
Indulge her inner dictator after so many years. Which one are you talking about, Moronic? Smith?
No,
Or
Yumi.
Annie? Oh, Yumi?
She must take control. Compensate for
Yeah.
her small height.
I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Like I said, I kind of see Yumi as being submissive because if we're gonna do BDSM, like she would be the girl that likes being tied up and stuff. Because every
Nah,
other BDSM we have is the opposite, where it's MC that's gonna be
Looking at
tied
you.
up.
nah, we'll just tie up Miss Smith after we poke her chest with a needle and her boobs go pop. Turns out they're all just skin-colored balloons.
And yep, turning the tables on Miss Smith would be fun for sure.
Guessing we're not doing Dirty Harold and Mia. Corvette.
Yeah, I don't know, Crobat. Could do. I talked to DC about what he had planned for that, and I can't quite remember. But I don't think it was for Mia.
Okay, one, there's never gonna be a loving waifu Jenny path. No. That is not who Jenny is.
I think you've got to think about where Jenny started and what Jenny's opinions are going to be about. I think that's ever going to change.
Like, the nicest Jenny's ever gonna be to you is when she's holding the baby.
Well, Blue Song, like the way that the story is set right now, like you basically get both. Like you're gonna get Eve and Grace. But there has been discussions of whether it should be Eve or Grace, and so you pick and you get only one. And so it just depends on what the dev team wants to do.
I mean, as long as I get Grace, I don't care either way.
Like I think the story is set up pretty well with Grace and Odette being an item, and you and Eve being an item, and then just getting to have fun with Grace and Odette on the side.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good. It's the same with Roxy. Like I think the Roxy story is fine. Like Roxy's your girlfriend and you get to have fun with her friends on the side. Like it's like who wouldn't want that scenario?
I think the issue with Eve and Grace and their debt at the moment is whether Eve is aware or cool with it. Whereas it's easier to sell the Roxy idea. Roxy's in charge and with everything.
Oh, well,
At the
Roxy's
moment,
scenario is
Eve's
very specific, right? Like she's a cuck queen. Like she gets off on
yeah,
watching MC fuck other
exactly, yeah.
girls, where Eve is not that. Like Eve doesn't get off on that stuff. Like she wants MC all to herself.
And that's not
Which
gonna
makes it more
happen.
difficult.
For Anon.
Yeah, duct tape
Like
prom dressing.
people don't change like dressing habits when they're self-conscious just like instantly just because some people complimented her. Even if she truly does look good on it, it is a behavioral trait that has been with the character for years. It's not going to instantly change.
Yikes, DC.
What did DC do this time?
Yikes.
Always say don't click on the links. I don't know.
But where do you envision that popping up in the game, DC? She's just going to be wearing that behind the counter in the
Oh no,
cafeteria?
she's sunbathing at the beach.
You're going to walk in
Maybe in the
on her
afternoon
in
when she's served lunch, perhaps she can sunbathe on the roof of the school.
Yeah, Iceman, that'll be like Roxy and Crystal when they find out about each other will be, well, I mean, Crystal knows about Roxy already, but when
Yeah.
Roxy finds out about Crystal, like that'll be a fun thing to
Like,
explore
why
if
the
we
fuck are
decide to
you
do it.
Like, why are you fucking my mother? She's old.
And like I had a whole scenario in my head about like a really cool thing we could do with that, but I think it was probably too much. I don't think we'll ever actually go that route.
I guess there's a whole issue of what Roxy's expecting from me, whether he's hoping for a different world view at the trailer park and different, or whether she's another person or she knows what her mother is like in the it's not a surprise. I mean, different.
Well, Roxy thinks MC's different, right? Like she thinks he's a really good guy, and she doesn't. Like she won't be surprised that her mother is doing it, but she should be surprised that MC is doing it because, like, I think it will legitimately hurt Roxy's feelings when she finds out, if she finds out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same as going with Becca and Missy with Roxy's more knowledge.
Right. And like the Becca and Missy thing with Roxy, like that was Roxy's idea. Like she's the one that instigated it. So like
Well, it's kind of Missy and maybe a bit of Becca that instigates. There's a bit of I mean, Roxy's not against it, but
right. Well, I mean they
looks like
bring
it's
the
coming
idea
from
to
Missy
her,
to me.
but it's ultimately Roxy's decision to do that. So yeah, Jab, we can do that once the bar's made. That's probably a good place for your character to go in the evenings. We should put Jab in the bar riding the bull. Is where Jab should be. With a
Nah,
cowboy
Jab
hat on.
is just surrounded by empty bottles of vodka, passed out.
Make Crystal a beta bitch. I can't see Crystal being anybody's beta bitch. there's quite a lot of strength in Crystal, I think.
Yeah, moronic. She also doesn't like her mother, so that's another thing. Like if you go through the dialogue with Roxy, I think at the picnic or before the picnic or something like that, she does kind of talk a little bit about how she used to be a lot closer with her mother when she was younger, before her mother like started drinking. She is definitely the easiest of the schoolgirls to get into the beach house. Like, she is ready to go.
I
Eve would
mean,
probably be pretty easy too, although I think she'd be a little sad to leave her sister.
yeah.
I was wondering whether Josie was going to turn up at the beach house and all that dialogue with with Josie's father, threatening to check her out. I was
Yeah,
half expecting that she'd just appear one day.
I
Yeah.
left that open in case we wanted to do that, or in case maybe we wanted to like move her into one of the apartments in the apartment building at some point. But again, that's just like an optional thing. I don't think we actually need to to do it. Like the story's fine without that.
Or actually, technically counting the golden lure. So there's just
I mean,
one.
once you get the golden lure, all the other fish bait becomes useless
Worthless.
anyway. Yeah.
So you obviously need the extra before the golden lure comes up.
If there were a quest that needed that third type of fish, then yeah. But there isn't one yet.
As it stands, you can always buy fish from
Yeah.
Terry anyway. So
Yeah, you can always just buy it from Terry.
Oh yeah, I forget. Is the fish that's needed for the dinner just random?
no, it's always sea trout. You can just buy it from Captain Terry if you don't catch it.
Alright.
Diane's favourite is Diane's favourite.
I think Diane rather have a sausage than that sea trout. Yeah,
She kind
you
of has
mean-
both.
Diane would rather have a good salad, cucumber, carrots, other thick, hard, long vegetables.
yeah, you can
Chinese
catch
radish.
any of the fish. It'll save you the what, $100 or something?
Asking Sploosh about Diane's house and barn update.
Diane's location, barn house,
Nobody knows.
story chain. It's definitely not happening in the tech update. If it does happen, it'll be a personal Diane update. Because it's a lot that has to be changed for that to work.
Yeah, it would change too much story, I think.
I think Pluto.
We're doing well, Pink Pluto.
I was quite sad that we didn't get any scenes in Diane's bedroom, so in a way I'm quite to see Diane's house survive in some
Yeah.
form.
I
But it does make
mean,
it. I don't know how we're going to do the threesomes in that case. In the way things are at the moment, it's obvious that Diane needs to move in somewhere else, which makes
she can just
everything a
continue
lot
sleeping
easier
on
in
the
Diane's
couch.
in Debbie's house. Ooh, yes, there probably will be a story about the magic telescope in a non's room.
It's
There was-
magic. It doesn't need
There
a
was some
story.
discussion about why it might be magic, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, wasn't there also a fan that was like, oh, if there were just mirrors placed in the city at these locations, it would make total sense. Blah blah blah.
It was quite attractive.
The telescope will probably get an update after the reworks for all the neighbors. So after Mia and Eric's rework, you'll probably see a telescope update.
Well, we've also got more neighbours now as well, because there's people
Yeah.
on the opposite side.
They're going to be in place before we get to Mia and Eric's rework at this point.
Maybe.
So
It depends on
actually,
if we let the fans vote on the order.
Jab, I don't think we're going to have
Potentially.
time to do that. Rhonda's update is really big. Like, we'll be lucky if we can get everything done that we have planned right now. We'll see, Jab. I can't promise anything.